You speaking of theme parks, I went down to Disney World one time and I got on that, what is it, a small world? It's not really a small world, it's a big world. There's a lot of people out there, but they kept playing that song. That song drove me crazy, and it sent me back to a different time. Different time where maybe the name on the shirt was Greaseman, but everybody called me Sergeant Fury! Hey there, boy! Boat ride.
Well, if it's an aquatic movie, perhaps it's a movie about boats.
Sitting there under the Monument to the Four Winds in the loading area, I didn't know what I was in for. They put me on this little boat with a bunch of other people. I said, no, I've got my own. I pulled up the trailer outside. They didn't think I'd be able to get it in there, but I told them, just you wait. You've got water, I've got the good ship Grease, and you let me in with this thing. I'll show you how small a world it can be. Everybody, they looked at me in amazement as I lowered it down from the trailer into the water, and I fired up that engine, and it went... And I raced through that world. It was so small, you would have thought 80 days? No, sir. It was more like 80 seconds. It's like I never even left the loading dock. And they said, sir, you're not allowed to come back. And I said, screw you. I went for 3 more laps, and everybody just ran screaming from the pavilion until finally Mickey Mouse himself showed up. He said, no, sir, you can't do that in here. And I said, oh, really? Why don't you get on this boat and stop me? And he looked at me with a fear in his eyes that I'd never seen in a mouse before. And it was weird because, those characters, they have those big heads, and you can't always see their eyes. But I could see right through them, and I saw into the guy who's making $5 an hour inside that suit, and I knew he didn't want to tussle with the captain of the good ship Grease. So, I just kept going. The trick is, I just kept going so often that I actually don't know how the story ended. It was that weird that I forgot how they ended up getting me out of there, but I'm here now. It was all a blur. I'll just tell you this. You don't ever tell the captain of the good ship Grease what he can't do, because he'll prove you wrong and make you sweat.
What does that boat sound like again, Grease?
Good night.
It's fantastic.